Okay, I'm going to allow Austin to speak, but at the end of the day, we will talk about maybe 5 or 6 ways one can actually move on without a closure and still find peace. So, Austin, please go ahead.
Yeah, please, I don't want Corolla to misunderstand what I said. Number one,
Okay.
having closure does not mean you are in love with the person or you should be emotionally connected to the person. Closure is having a conversation. Like for me, I'm not challenging our own view. This is my view. I have the right to know where I did not get it right. Like some few occasions, I've gone to the embassy, applied for some certain countries, and it did not work out. Most times I write to the embassy, what did I not do right? Because I believe I'm not perfect. I might have made mistake one or two areas. And by the time they give it to me, there's nowhere I applied to now that I don't get the visa. Why? Because most of my mistakes, I was able to make correction as time progresses. That is the way I see life. Asking my ex, where did I not get it right? That does not mean it's going to be 4 years time. Relationship, like I said before, we can sit down in a bar, we discuss. Look, this is the reason why it's not going out. Where did I get it wrong? She will just open up and tell me. You don't force it, you beg for it. Then now, if there's room for adjustment, can we adjust? But if like everything has gone beyond control, we move in good faith. That does not mean that we have to sleep with each other. If you decide to sleep with a man or you decide to sleep with a woman, you are loose. How can you have a husband and you go to see your ex? Me, I will not even accept that. In as much I want us to have children. Yes, how
On the
will I
same
have a
page?
wife and she's going to see her ex? There's no reasonable man that will accept that. It is not done. But even
Yeah.
having to have that closure, somebody have feelings for the person. Having feelings is different, it's totally far from having closure. That is my own view. I might be wrong and I stand to be corrected. Thank you very much, man.
Can I say something, please?
No, 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 no. No, that's you. That's your own point of view, which is acceptable because that's it's
Yeah.
coming from you. That's the way you see it. Okay, that's the way you see it, and we don't have to argue with that. And I believe there is nothing wrong with it. You just said that for whosoever that went back to have a closure and ended up sleeping with the S is loosed. I like that can happen because, and again, it's not even right whether you are getting married newly or you're already married, then you are going to have the closure. It's wrong. Anything can happen. You might even have the closure without anything transpiring, but your partners will not find it funny. So even if anybody wants to have a closure, you have a closure when there was nobody in your life. Maybe you're no longer dating whosoever you've been in relationship with, then you can have a closure there. If it works out,
Yeah.
because I know it doesn't work out. I haven't seen anyone that worked out. If you guys have seen, you let me know. I have not seen anyone that has ever worked out before. It's always each time there's something like that, it ended up in quarrel, big time quarrel, you know. So for whosoever that is worked for, well, congratulations to them. But after, like I said, we are going to talk about 6 ways one can move on without a closure. Without a closure. There are ways we can do it without a closure, right? Was okay, Sal is here. Sal, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, yeah.
Go ahead, Sal. Go ahead. What do you think about? Do you believe in closure, or can you walk away without a closure?
So, I agree with what Karine said, because the whole closure thing, again, like Victoria said, I think it just depends on the circumstances of the breakup. Is even worse for you. And it's for me, it's quite destroying emotionally. I had a relationship a little while ago where I was seeing this guy, but he was also seeing somebody else. And then when I found out, I decided, you know what, let's just call it a day because you can't be seeing me and seeing someone else as well. It doesn't make sense. So we ended that, and then he came back and then claimed that he was over with this person. Anyway, I didn't want to meet up, but then he said, "Oh, let's just meet up, please, one more time. I just want to see you. Let's just talk over it. Let's just stay friends and all that nonsense." And then we got back in it again. This time around, I mean, most of it is all my fault again, because sometimes when you think you're in love, you do some really stupid stuff. Ended up giving him some money, and then now I've had to cut him off and then lose that money as well. So I think, just like Corinne said, it's just best
hold on,
to,
sorry, Sal.
yeah.
Sal, hold on. Did you say you ended up giving him some money?
I did, yeah. So
Oh, all right,
it's
go
kind
on.
of like a messy situation, because
Oh,
I think he was just basically using me really just for support, but it is what it is. So yeah, so I think sometimes once you just see the signs and you know that something's ended and it's not good for you, it's just best to walk away. Like, you don't need the extra explanation and all of that nonsense. Like, you just need to count your losses and just, yeah, find your way really. So yeah, in my opinion, closures don't really work. When it comes to
yeah.
relationship, I don't believe in them.
Thank you so much, Sal. Thank you so much, Sal. I love what you say. We all can hear what she said. It never worked for her. She even lost money in the process. And sometimes I've seen, not okay, let me not just say I've seen, I've heard some closures that took place and ended up killing the person. It's either the woman was killed in the process of having a closure, or the man killed in the process of having a closure. So from the look of things, it's difficult to work out. Like, it's so difficult to work out. I think for me, it's always best to continue to move on. Like Victoria said, forgive yourself. When you forgive yourself and forgive that person, you'll be able to move on. But we're still gonna come back. Let's have Zadie speak. We'll still come back to that side of how you can actually move on without a closure. So Zadie, let's hear you speak, please. Thank you.
Good evening, and thank you, Uchege, once more. I appreciate the sessions here. Before I
Thank
proceed
you.
on what you just said, I want to ask the question: who founded or who formed closure? Before now, were our people doing closure? Our fathers and mothers, were they doing closure? Relationships that have ended, not just go ahead. So these are some of the questions. While I appreciate and I agree totally that trends change, okay, some change for the positive, some change for the negative. I have a friend who confided in me, and he is married, had a relationship with a single lady, and then it was a little toxic. No going forward, no headway. And then the young lady said she wanted closure. Closure for what? What are we closing? We opened a thing. We said it's okay. We've closed it. Closing what again? A relationship is ended. What is closure? And then, like every person I've said, you go for a closure and you reopen things. All right. So, and that apart, who said we must
Yeah.
have
It's a rope
closure
feedback.
in person? Who said we must have closures in person? It is not, nothing is written or cast on stone. Who said we must have closures in person? Can't we discuss on phone? Must we see ourselves? So some of these things are
Sure.
things that we don't think about. These are some of the things we don't think about. We just throw ourselves into that muddy water and then we get ourselves all dirtied up. Ladies, the funny thing is, like, I think it was Connie that said her friend went for closure days to her marriage, and then they slept. The husband caught. Is it closure? I don't believe in closure. If something is over, it is over. If we think there is a need for us to start, I know of relationships that have ended. In fact, in my community, I'm from Port Harcourt proper. In my community, Port Harcourt, I know
Yeah.
of a lady who got married and ended the relationship with her. Sorry, she was dating a man. they ended their relationship almost 10 years after they rekindled. They did not do closure that time. Oh. They rekindled, and today, as we speak, they are married with children. They did not do closure that time. So for me,
They married
I
again.
think, yes, they got married again. Yes. They came back, they met themselves again, love rekindled, and they got married. You know, the funny thing about most of the people who are pushing for closure, they don't really want closure. Possibly in the sexual circle of that relationship, the man or the woman is very excellent, and the man or the woman who is not excellent wants to have that thing for the last, so to say, and not even for the last time, wants to have it again. You want to experience it again.
That is making sense.
So you want to experience, because the question I asked my friend was, so if you go now and have a closure with her, will she not come back and ask for another closure? Okay. Well. So in this case, now, fortunately for women, it is the woman that was asking for the closure. Most of the times, it is the man asking the woman for closure. But in this case, the reverse was the case, and it was delicate because the young man was married. The young man was married in the UK. Before you know, your wife tell him make you go sleep outside. What you go do? Do you get? So it's funny for me. If you actually say you want to discuss the issues surrounding the relationship and why it came to an end, you mustn't meet. If you have to meet for any reason, please go with somebody. If talk less of meeting physically. So for me, you can do phone calls. If you're single, you can ask your friend to go with you so that you don't tempt yourself. Because you think you're strong. You're not strong until you go and look at that man or you look at that woman and you remember the things that you did, naughty things that you people used to do, and you fall again. Jesus Christ said, "Get thee behind me." That is what we should be telling that are in the past. So going forward, I am thinking that one of they laugh like that now.
You be comedian now.
Chig, I beg you. Take my phone number. Take my phone number so that you feature me for film. We call the film Closure. So I think it's an interesting topic. Yeah, it's funny, it's interesting, but these things have crashed. It has crashed relationships. It has crashed destinies as well. Today we were taught in life midlife crisis. This one will be one of the challenges of midlife crisis. You never can tell. Any person who falls into that pit, it's difficult to come out. So going forward, you decide not to go back. That would be my own. I wouldn't want to see more than that, so that I don't take this.
Okay. Are you still there, Zaddy? Are you still there?
Oh, I thought Sal is still. Sal, are you done? Sal,
Are
you
there?
done?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm done talking, yeah.
Oh, she's not done. Yeah, Sal is
All
still
right,
talking.
Zaddy,
I
can
don't
you
think
hear
she's
me?
done.
Yeah, I
I'm
can
good.
hear you, yeah.
I'm
not
good.
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, that is good. All right, Sally. So hold on. Okay, you're gonna speak now. Zaddy, thank you so much. You know why I'm laughing? You are making a lot of sense. You just nailed it. Like you refuse to beat about the bush. Zaddy said, who implemented closure in the first place? Now, with the moment he mentioned this one, I started laughing within my heart because it's right. Who even made it that there must be a closure? So he did not beat about the bush. He just went straight and nailed it on the head. You are 100% right. Closure can
Voila.
Exactly.
Thank God.
Put it
It's
in the
not
trash
his
can. I
life
don't
that
need
they
it.
held.
Want it.
Hold on, guys. This is a trap. This is a trap. And I'm going to commend Crookshank. Crookshank, whosoever you are, I love you. God bless you. They can throw away the stuff. You don't need it anymore. You can always acquire.
Donate it. Give it to your
This is
village
true.
people.
trap because
Yeah.
this nonsense closure of a thing has taken so many lives. A lot of people have lost their lives in the process of I'm going to have a closure. A lot of people have lost huge things even while they are alive. So, like
But
Zadie
can I
said,
ask a
what
question? Can
happens to
they
the
do the
phone?
closure from the
If you want
phone?
to have closure, on the phone now, even when I tried to have mine in the past, it was on the phone. It was on the phone. The discussion was going on between me and the person that time, and the person was saying,
Yeah.
"Until I see you." I said, "Mike, see this face, check it. You always see your time more. You don't gotta see me." It was on the phone, and when you are discussing on the phone with them, because they have a different thing in mind, that's when they start throwing tantrums like little children. Because if you're so innocent, why are you throwing tantrums on the phone?
Right.
Why? You should
Exactly.
have discussed amicably. So
Yeah.
please,
Call out
closure
T.
for me and for all of us here and for all of you watching, it is not a necessity. In fact, it's scary. Look at what happened to Sal. Sal just told us what happened to her. She went back innocently and they roped her back and even stole her money. Because Sal, you did not give. I won't even accept that you gave him. I want to accept that he tricked you and stole your money. And at the end of the day, you broke up with him. So please, people should stop that nonsense thing. Like Zadie said, who even brought closure in the first place? It is wrong. It has got a lot of heads in this life. Many people went and never returned in the name of closure. So closure, if you must have closure, please do it on the phone to save yourself your life, save yourself mental health, and so many. Some people went in for closure and got the beating of their lives. Some people went in for closure and they poured them acid. You guys know what I'm talking about. Many
Yeah.
women are disfigured through acid in the name of closure. You guys, you heard what happened
Yep.
to the boyfriend or
No, I
the
think she's
partner,
from
whosoever,
Zimbabwe. The boyfriend is from
poured fuel on
Kenya.
her and light up the map. Now, I'm not saying their own case might be a closure of a thing, no, but that is exactly what we're trashing out here. It's scary. You don't know what will happen in the name of closure. You must have been doing a lot of things in the past with that person, lovey, and all that, and something happened along the line, and both of you broke up. You are hurt. The person is hurt. Who told you that they are still the same person you used to know? Anything can happen. So for those of us who are still planning on closure, a word is enough for the wise. Please, let's hear Sal. Thank you so much, Zadie. Let's hear from Sal. Sal, go ahead, please.
Oh, actually, I had nothing more to say. I thought you were calling my name.
Is she still there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Done.
Sal, please go ahead.
No, I had nothing more to say. I just said, well, I answered because I thought you were saying my names, but I didn't realize you were saying Zadie.
Oh, she doesn't have anything else to add to it. She's done.
Should I add?
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Zadie, you're gonna make us cry here in the name of laughing. Austin, are you still there?
I'm there. I'm there. Should I contribute? Yeah, I can hear you.
You guys hear me?
Yeah. Austin
All
can hear
right,
you
all
very
right.
well.
Okay. I was saying something. I said, let's talk about 6 ways we can comfortably move on without a closure because it is possible, it's achievable, and it's the best way. Let's talk about 6 ways we can all move on without that closure of a thing. I'm going to start with myself. Number 1 of it is don't blame yourself. That is my own. Don't blame yourself for whatever that transpired. I don't care whether it's your fault or the person's fault. The best way for
Oh, I
Victoria,
mean,
can we
yeah,
hear from you?
that's a good point. Is to, not blame yourself, but if you do, well, the other thing I would add to that is if you did do something, you don't really have to do a closure with the person, but if you're at fault, own up to your parts in what you did wrong, right? It's important because people talk about, oh, this person did this person did that. We often do not want to accept accountability for our role in things that for that, when I say accountability, it's for your own personal development. You don't necessarily have to say to the person if you don't want to, but also being able to reflect, self-reflection, and see what did I do wrong, acknowledge it and change from it will help you with your own self, with your development, and then how you get into another relationship with somebody else. So yeah, it's good to forgive yourself. It's good to not, but be accountable. It's important that you are accountable. People run away, and you talked about Africa, and that's one thing. We run away from taking accountability. You see, even adults
Yes.
that will offend their kids, or elders that will offend their niece or nephew. Nobody wants to take accountability. They put, oh, I'm older than you. Why would I admit that I did something wrong? No. Take responsibility for the action, apologize, and keep it moving. Even if you don't apologize, be aware of your role and what you did and make changes so that it doesn't happen again. But yeah, that's a good point. I like that. But being accountable is important as well.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Thank you so much. We all heard what Victoria said. And Colin, can we hear you? What do you have to say? Ways. I mentioned 6 ways we can comfortably move on without feeling any guilt. You can happily move on without any closure. Let's hear from you, Colin.
Experiences losses in relationship. Everyone experiences losses in a relationship. So you need to accept that and know that you are not the only one. You might actually have been the one who invested more in the relationship. You might actually have been the one who put in effort emotionally, spiritually, financially, physically. You might have been the one who did more. So for you to move on easily without a closure, you need to accept that everyone experiences loss. You need to count that as a loss. This is your loss in this particular relationship. If you can accept that, you can actually move on.
Is it my
easily.
network?
You can actually move on easily without demanding or expecting a closure from whoever it is that you want. And then the next for me is like what Victoria said earlier on. You need to forgive yourself for actually allowing such a person into your life. Like, it's important for you to forgive them, but it's more important for you to forgive yourself. Because if you do not forgive yourself, you will constantly find yourself regretting, oh, why did I make the mistake of being with this person? Why did I even allow such a person in my life? What was I even thinking? So you need to forgive yourself and forgive them. So these are my two points that I have to contribute to this. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Colin. God bless you. God bless you. And Austin, are you still there?
Yeah,
Don't mind me.
I'm there.
I'm with my little dog here.
No, it's normal.
Okay, Austin, give us one way. Give us one way you think one can move on without a closure.
Well,
No, you have to say something. You seriously need
no,
to say something because it's achievable.
yes, it's achievable. Let me start with Victoria. Everything you said was making sense. Now, Corinne, everything you said was making sense. You know, for me, experience is like a teacher. I've gotten a lot of experience. You know, sometimes as a human being, when things are not working out, we get angry. For example, there are some people that I dated like 10 years ago. If I see them today, I'll be like, God, thank God this relationship ended. Is this the kind of person I would have spent the rest of my life with? Yes, it's possible. Have you not dated somebody and you see the person like next 5 years, you are like, Jesus, how did I ever date this kind of person? So sometimes as Christians, let me put it that way, things work out for your good. You don't know. But I know relationship is made for two fools. You must learn to be a fool in a relationship. That is why somebody in this platform said, I spent money for this guy, and at the end of the day, my sister, please don't regret it. You did it for love. Because for me, relationship is teamwork. Teamwork. If you decide to assist somebody you are dating and the person did not appreciate it, the person is the coward. The person is the fool. Don't blame yourself for being a human being because you are emotionally attached to this person. This person is going down. You can't just see that person going down. You did everything possible to uplift the person. It's the person that does not have conscience. Don't blame yourself for being good. Don't regret it. Yes, you will feel bad as a human being, but you are a human being because you don't want to see that person go down. That is why you took those bold steps. You struggled to get your money. It is not easy to get money anywhere. And you said, look, my man, I don't want to see you rubbish. Take this. If the person does not appreciate it, leave the person and his God. God is there to judge. If it works out, good. If it does not work out, don't kill yourself. In the future, there are better days ahead. There are better days ahead. The only thing we seek for in life is having peace with yourself. Simple. Just have peace with yourself. That is all I can say.
All right, thank you so much, Austin. But I have to, I'm laughing because you said you did it for love. And I'm reading comments. Some of us are saying, which love? Oh my goodness. So let me see. Austin.
Okay, let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. Sorry to cut you. Let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. Do you have?
Wait. Can I be honest with you? Austin?
Yes.
Can I be honest with you? The moment you said you did it for love, within my mind, you know what I said? I said a love.
So, you see, anywhere you are in life, always lay legacy. The legacy might be good, the legacy might be terrible. When I was addressing my story, I told you something, that somebody I dated in my university days, she paid my school fees like twice when I was in school. She paid my rent like once when I was in school. Do you know what? She's married today. She has a happy home. I am cool. The point I'm hitting, the person is not here. But the legacy she lay is speaking for her in death. I might not appreciate those things, though. But at this point in my life, I got to know this person was a good person. And whenever somebody just mentioned that name, what I remember her for is those good she did. And the day she asked me for favor, I had to do everything possible to support her at all costs. Why? Because of those legacy. So when you are in a relationship, don't help because the guy is going to get married to you. Help because you are a human being. You have that good sense of humor. Awesome. If you are helping because it's going to lead to marriage, my sister, if it ends, you become hot, you feel bad. Though nobody wants to invest in a place that is not going to help in the future. So I'm sorry about that, but that is my view.
All right. Let me chip in something on that because we've treated exactly what you are saying now. We treated the topic like some weeks back, if not last month. We will not generalize what transpired in your life because you could be an exception. You heard what I said, even though we lost you briefly, but I said Austin must have been a different person. You must have been maybe an exception for you to even go back to the extent of opening a business for one of your exes. Now, let's not generalize it. Giving you money and you appreciating it in return, it is you. If we generalize it and accommodate it and tell women to continue to do that, no. It's a big no, Austin. You appreciated it. It is you. Try to understand that you are an exception in all this. Generally, it is wrong. If you want to encourage your man, I only accept a woman giving a man money when both of you are husband and wife, because 1 + 1 in marriage is 1. That is when, if you are assisting your husband with your finances, I'm okay with it. Because no one has the right to say don't do it because both of you are one. But in relationship, it is a no, Austin. Let's be honest here. Even the Bible made it in such a way that a man should be the one to cultivate and provide, while the woman is a helpmate. Now, the woman, for me, in a relationship, all you need to do for your guy is to encourage your guy to get up and be a man that he needs to be, that he is already. Even when a man does not look at himself as a man, as a woman by his side, encourage him by making him to get up. Tell him that you believe in him, that he can do it. That is what a woman needs to do. I have not seen any woman who has been sponsoring a man with money and ended up well. It has never worked, except now that we are talking about it. That's why I said, don't generalize. You might be an exception. Generally, come and see what is happening to every woman who has spent. Now, you think, why I'm saying is, at the end of the day, you spending on a man. That man still wants to be a man. Let's not take that away from men. No man wants to be seated and have a woman doing everything for him, even though he might be taking from you. But he will want to feel like a man by getting that thing for himself. And as a woman, the more you keep doing it, thinking you are doing him a favor, he's sponsoring another woman out there. You know why? Not that he hates you. No, he doesn't hate you. But the other one out there looks up to him like her God, the man he is. And every man cherishes it as a man. That is why you cannot generalize that it is okay to give your partner in relationship money and do this and do that. It has never ended well until now that you came up and telling us that yours is an exception. It has never ended well. So let's not encourage it. Honestly, let's not encourage it, because tomorrow you will have a daughter, or maybe you already have a daughter, I don't know. You wouldn't want your daughter to be doing it. You will teach your daughter how to encourage him in terms of giving all the money, even stealing from the dad to give the boyfriend. I'm sure you wouldn't want that. So let's not generalize it. Okay, we've treated it before. How I wish you were in that topic where we were treating it. But definitely it will come up next time. But all the same, I give you kudos. And I'm saying thank you for even behaving the way you behave. Like I said, all of us were saying here, you must be an exception. Honestly, you must be an exception. All right. Thank you so much. Zadi, okay, I just brought up somebody now. I am just, right now we are talking about ways you can move on without a closure. Give us one from you. Welcome. I am just, that's all I see here.
I'm just Edith.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I am just _ I am just. Yes, I can hear you. Thank you so much. So let's hear from you. Thank you. Austin.
Moving on without closure is actually possible, but it's difficult. And I would say the two stages of the two hardest parts is the stages of denial and acceptance. Therefore, to conquer these two stages, you need to seek for support from friends and family, because the person you are looking for to give you that closure may not be willing to, or you are not even willing to go to that person to seek for the closure. So at this stage, what you need is, as in intentional friends and family that can support you to pass through this stage of denial, because you just need to accept that it's over. Only when you accept that it's over, that is when you will start healing. So this is the stages, this is stage where the point where you need friends and family to help you through. And also you need to know that it's not something that is going to the feelings is not going to die automatically, because you took time to build up those feelings. So you need to understand and accept that you need time to heal. So closure, not getting closure from this person is I've been there before, is possible, but you just need to accept it, that accept that this relationship is over. Then go to friends. Fine, but if you cannot, good friends and family are there to support you emotionally. Then you need to give yourself time. Looking for a reborn person is only going to do worse. You just need to heal so that you don't bleed on the next person. So I think seeking support and giving it time, then we are good to go. Love for a person cannot last for a lifetime. All it takes is time, and that feeling is going to fade away. The person will just be ordinary, because of course it's just our love that makes a particular person special. So when that love is dead, that person will be as ordinary as a stranger to you.
Thank you. I am just Edith. God bless you so much. Yeah, she's right. It's not an easy thing, because you took time to actually build it in the first place. So when the whole thing is no longer working, it's not going to be easy for you to back out like that. So I think I am just is right by saying that you need the help of good friends. But I always say something like, if what's come to us, find a coach, find a counselor, and talk to them. They can help you as well. And before all this, get to God. Because if you're doing anything without God in the picture, even a counselor might not help you at the end of the day. So I always love these counselors that bring in God to let you know that no matter what you think you are going through, it is not over yet until it's over. What I mean by until it's over, until someone dies. So long as you still have life, come on, you'll be fine at the end of the day. I'm not saying that it's easy. No, it's not easy, but definitely we will be fine. That's why Victoria mentioned forgiving yourself and forgiving that other person, which is the rightful thing to do. And I said, do not blame yourself. Even if you are the cause, still do not blame yourself. Even if you are the cause of the ghosting you are receiving in the end, still do not blame yourself, because nobody is perfect. The moment you understand that no one is perfect, honestly, this life is actually sweet. You can move on. With time, you're stronger and stronger. Zaddy that hits the nail on the head, that shoots without looking back. In fact, Zaddy, I think Zaddy is Tuko.
I can hear you.
Zaddy, can you hear me? All right,
Check
Zaddy,
it.
I'm sure you've watched The
where?
Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Zaddy,
Oh, yes, I did.
I think you've watched The Good, the Bad, and it's a movie. So Zaddy indeed that said, if you want to shoot, don't talk. Zaddy just shot without talking. There's no time to waste. That's just that's what he is. So Zaddy, let's hear from you one of the ways one can easily move on without it. Yes, sir, you can, my darling. You can. Just hold on. So, Zaddy, let's hear from you one of the ways you can move on without a closure. I'm loving this, Zaddy.
I will just say,
Go ahead.
move on. I'll just say move on. While it's true now, what else? The first thing.
Zaddy, you sure say you never do police before? Your action is too much.
No,
I said, are you sure you've not done Nigeria police before? Because your action is too much.
Once bitten, twice shy. So why do you want to be shy the second time? Right? So for me, I think one of the things you can do
I don't know.
is to move on. I listened to very keenly. I am Edith. Excellent words, nice presentation. My own challenge is, well, the word closure came in this era, the Gen Z era, or maybe a few before the Gen Z era. But the question I would have asked, when we were growing up and having relationships, does our parents know? When you break up with your you even get mad to even go tell mama or your papa say you get a relationship, then talk less of let them come and help you in terms of closure. I appreciate all of that we can do it now. I think my take is the relationship is over. It is over. The first thing, like we've all said, is to know that the relationship is over. When it is over, get your heart set to move on. Some people do so many things when they begin. In fact, it's in very few relationships that you don't know that it's coming to an end. Most relationships, the guy or the girl sees the end before it even came to an end. So some wise guys or wise girls, what they do is they now be another man or woman, so that when their heart is broken, they mend it with the other person. So most of the times some people see it, but it's we don't allow ourselves, we fool ourselves to thinking that it is the best thing that is happening to us at the time. So my take is, relationship is over, let's move on. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Zaddy. God bless you. And I'm not surprised. Sure. If I may ask, Zadie, are you a policeman or an army man? Are you a force man? Because we need people like you to correct some heads.
When I was in the
Are
Cherubim
you?
and Seraphim Church, I was in the Army of Salvation. So
Good.
I'm a spiritual policeman.
Good. You know why I asked? No, you are. You are. And we need people like you to correct some hurts. Like there are some hurts that needs to be corrected. People like you needs to do that. Because for me, there was some time ago I posted something on my notice. You don't know how to live in. Walk away through the same door you came in before. That's how you will live. You know, there are some, I know I'm not saying that it's easy, but there are some people that needs hard and harsh truth for their head to be corrected very well. You know, so I really appreciate you, Zadie. Thank you so much. And let's have Sal. Sal wants to say something. Sal, please.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, just like you said, it's very important to forgive yourself, and just recognize that you've made a mistake. Because for me, with this person that I was talking about, when it happened, I just felt like such an idiot, and it did take me a very long time to recover from it. And I agree as well. Don't ever give a man money, especially a man that you're not married to. Unfortunately, I learned that the hard way. So yeah, I don't encourage that at all. And also, I think it was I don't know if she's still on here. Crookshank, I think her name is. Talked about blocking and deleting. I think that's the best as well. Just block and delete. It's gonna be hard initially, but after a while, with the lack of communication, you're gonna just get over the person. And for me, that's worked. So yeah, definitely just forgive yourself and just move on. Somebody was talking about family and friends as well. If I had opened my mouth and told my mom that I gave a man money, she would have chopped me into pieces. So it was just me dealing with it. So yeah, if you do have friends and family that can support you, it's great because it helps you get over it. But when it's just you dealing with it, it's you know, and you feel embarrassed to talk about it, it's much harder. But definitely, yeah, just learn to forgive yourself and understand. You know, personally, I wasn't doing it to stay in the relationship with him. It was just more the fact that he just got to me with the sad stories and stuff. But like I said, I've just counted my losses and I've moved on and I've learned from it. But yeah, definitely, if you can block and delete, just that's the best way to go, really.
Yeah. So much, and I don't want you to feel sorry for yourself. You did what you thought was best for the relationship, and at the end of the day, it turned out the way it did it. I mean, it's not your. Even if you are the cause of the breakup, still forgive yourself at the end of the day, so that you'll be able to move on. So I'm happy, and I hope you've completely healed. Just don't even dwell on it. And some of us here, I read something where someone said, just block and delete. Yeah, people, it works for some people. But for me, seeing that thing might be taking me back into memory lane of worries, you know, feeling sorry and all that. So I may probably be among those that blocks until hell's sake, you know. But all I'm saying is nobody should feel sorry for themselves here. Whatever that happened, I want you to know that whether you are the cause of it is not your fault. Why I keep saying it's not perfect. No one is perfect except God. So why would anybody say you are the cause of it because you caused it? If they tell you something like that, it doesn't mean you can accept what you did. You have to accept what you did, that you are the cause of it. Yes, but at the end of the day, forgive yourself. Because you can't kill yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive the situation. Move on. Move on. It takes time, but time heals. In the end, you will be healed and you'll be happier and you more lessons from what happened in the past. So let's hear from Victoria, my darling. Victoria, please chip in something for us.
Yeah, I think we all said it all. Everyone has shared a lot of very insightful things to do and how to move on without that and how to not be silly in the process and make more mistakes. But, you know, for those that it works for, that's good. For those that it doesn't work for, it is what it is. Like I said earlier, forgive yourself, let it go, and just move on and be great. You know, so thanks to everyone for all their inputs and you know, suggestions and sharing their personal stories. You know, I will continue to use that to help people. Sorry, I'm in a noisy place right now, but yeah, thanks to everyone for all their contribution. It was really amazing.
All right, thank you so much, guys. Thank you. God bless everybody. We're gonna round up now. I really appreciate each and every one of us. I am just Edith. I am Zaddy, Sal, my lovely Victoria, Corlin, my darling, and of course Austin. All your contributions are wonderful. I love your inputs. So please, at the end of the day, for all of us watching this program, it does not cost a thing for you to walk out without a closure. Yes, I know some people must have come out to say closure worked for me, but let's be honest, it has never worked for many people. A lot of people has gone in for closure and ended up dead. A lot has gone in and ended up being poured acid in the process, because it's not every partner that will want to lose you. Not that they want to lose you because they love you. Many times it's jealousy. They can't stand another person having you. So that's why meeting one-on-one closure is risky, it's dangerous. Do not do it. Don't do it. If they need a closure, tell them let's talk on the phone. Then, if you know you are married already or you are about getting married, even the phone closure doesn't work. Because if your partner finds you on the phone discussing with your ex in the name of closure, you know what that means. It can ruin your marriage, it can ruin your happiness, it can ruin your life. Then for the singles, you are not in any marriage, you are not getting married, please do your closure on the phone if you must. But in all, at the end of the day, I'd rather say forget the closure. It doesn't work all the time. It may have worked for some people, but you don't know if it's going to work for you or not. Should anything happen, like we rightfully said here, on the phone. And that is all. So thank you so much, everybody. We really appreciate you. Next Wednesday, we're going to have this program. We always have it every Wednesdays and Saturdays. Next week, we are going to talk about, since we are talking about empowering, we are going to talk about women that takes care of partners. When is it time for them to cut the ties? I say it again, next program. That is all. So thank you so much, everybody. We really appreciate you. Next Wednesday, we're going to have this program. We always have it every Wednesdays and Saturdays. Next program Wednesday by 5 p.m. is going to be about women that takes care of their addict boyfriend. It could be a drug addict. Yes, that is. When is it time for them to cut the ties off and save their lives? Okay, that's going to be the next topic on Wednesday. So please, Victoria, close this for us. Close this for us, and I look forward to seeing all of you. Victoria, close it for us. Thank you.
Yep. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, our beautiful Chingy, for such a wonderful platform. Corinne, Zaddy, Austin, Sal, every single person who contributed to this conversation. We love you guys. We appreciate you, and we look forward to seeing you join us on Wednesday. So come and tell us what you got to say, okay?
Know about it. I'm going to let you guys know about our community so that you can join us in that community, okay? So for the last time, thank you, everybody. God bless you all. God bless you all, and have a wonderful night from my end to you. Have a wonderful night.